All right, and we are recording today. Let me share my agenda here. Okay, it says that I'm sharing. There we go. So today is in fact May 27th. This is the cataloging roundtable. And our next meeting will be at 1 o'clock on Teams, and that's the August meeting. It's the last Tuesday of the month. And then in November, we will have it again at 10 a.m. A note about some continuing education. There is another core cataloging class being taught in the fall. We are hoping to add a summer advanced course. So if that is of interest, maybe I will make a note of that. It's not on the calendar yet. But it is in the works. So keep an eye out for that, and it will be communicated all of the normal ways. So in the digest and in those emails that Joy sends out about continuing education. If you are interested, it'll be probably like a 2-hour session one day, kind of advanced class. But we'll get more into original cataloging with that. There we go. We have some more people joining us today. Awesome. And as always, please feel free to send items for the cataloging roundtable or for continuing education opportunities. We love to know what you would like to see in a webinar. So those are just some opening notes. I do like to just have everyone introduce themselves with your name, what library you're at, and what ILS you use. So I'm going to stop sharing and we will do that. I will go based on the list in the chat, rather the list of participants. If you either can't use a mic, don't have access to one, feel free to put your introduction into the chat, name, library, and ILS that you're using, just to get a good understanding of who is joining us today. So we have first on the list, Allison.
Hi, I'm Allison Banquet. I work at Dorothy Alley Memorial Library in Williston, and we use Koha through Vocal.
Awesome, thank you. Next we have Bridget.
Hi, I'm Bridget Huguenin. I'm at St. Albans, and we use the same Koha at Vocal.
Awesome. Next we have Carrie on the list.
Hi, I'm Carrie Guthier at Manchester Community Library in Manchester, and we use Koha with Catamount Library Network.
Awesome, thank you. Next we have Deb.
Hi, Deb Ehlers from Norwich University, and we use the WMS system.
Awesome, thank you for joining us. And then next we have Janet.
Hi, I'm Janet with the Rutland Library. We use Koha as part of the Catamount Library Network.
And I want to give a special shout out to Janet for your Birdie Award that you were awarded at VLA. Thanks for doing your work. Next we have Caitlin.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I'm with the Essex Free Library, and we use Koha through Vocal.
Awesome, thank you. And next we have Mel.
Hi, my name is Mel. I'm at the Richmond Free Library, and we also use Koha and Vocal.
And next we have Pat at Winhall.
We use Koha as well.
Awesome, thank you. And we have Ruth. Hey.
Really?
Oh, yes, Ruth, you are unmuted now.
Oh, finally. Yeah, Ruth Hay at the Lanphier Memorial Library in Hyde Park. We use Koha and are part of VOCO.
Awesome, thank you. And I saw, Jill, you joined us. If you want to just introduce yourself, let us know what library you're at and what ILS you are using.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Oh, good. Okay, I'm Jill. I'm from Fletcher Memorial Library in Ludlow, and we use Koha.
Awesome. Thanks all for joining. Yeah, let's get back into the agenda. All right, so I briefly mentioned that the VLA conference happened on May 19th. I believe I saw some of you there. It's always a good time. I didn't see any particularly cataloging based sessions, but I was involved in a lot of sessions, so I didn't really get to move throughout the rooms. If anyone has any cataloging related VLA conference experience to share out, please feel free. Yeah, but I hope those who were able to attend got much out of it. And as always, I link the cataloging lab. They do a really good monthly roundup of new articles, webinars, just general news or blog posts. Kind of always worth checking out to see kind of what's happening at more of a national scale. Nothing popped out to me to bring to this group this month, but feel free to always check out that link. And I did have someone send in a conundrum, and they noticed that when using the Z3950 in Vocal in their Koha catalog, a lot of picture books were listing page numbers, and they were wondering if this is a new fashion, if people are seeing this more and more. I had pulled in both of these books that they sent as examples, and one of them had like 4 records that did have page numbers, and the other one I think only had one, and the rest were, said 1 volume unpaged. So that was a question, if people are seeing a larger amount of books like that, where the printed page number is not listed in the book, but it is on the record. Just good to know that that may be a thing that is happening more. So let me know if people have seen that. Other than that, I have not gathered too much else. So I'm going to stop sharing and open it up to people. Feel free to put things in the chat, or you're welcome to use the raise hand function, or you can just chime right in. Really up to you. It may be a short meeting today if no one has anything that they're bursting at the seams to share, but feel free.
Where'd you go?
Jill, you are unmuted.
I know, I'm talking to myself. Hang on.
Okay.
I'm interested in learning about original cataloging. I do sort of original cataloging of finding a record that is as close to my book in hand as I can get, and then just overwriting the information.
Yep.
But I don't know how to do one from scratch.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we haven't put the advanced class on the calendar yet, but that would be, I think, a great opportunity for that question of, how do I actually start from scratch with an item, and what are those? I always refer to them as like gobbledygook mark fields at kind of the top, those zeros through field 100. So yeah, I will send out a message when we put that on the calendar.
Do you have any idea when that might happen? and when I should be looking for a notice?
Not at the moment, but if you are on the listserv, or if you get those CE updates from Joy Warland here at the department, it'll be listed there. It'll also be added to the CE calendar on the Department of Library's website.
Okay.
But I can make sure to put something on the listserv specifically announcing. And for that, there will probably not be a cap, because I know that people have asked for this, and I think the last time we did it was 2 years ago, so it's been a bit.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Caitlin writes, I have not seen that in reference to the books without page numbers being recorded in the record with page numbers, but I catalog the adult collection and don't usually see books without page numbers. Okay. Allison writes, I haven't personally seen more page numbers being listed for picture books. I feel like often seen 1 or 2 records in the Z3950 results with X unnumbered pages, but I never choose those records, always the 1 volume unpaged in parentheses records. Okay, good to know. I didn't think that it was a rising trend. And yeah, when I looked in Verso with Z3950, I didn't see only those records. So yeah. Jill, you have your hand up.
Well, I was just going to interject that I think it depends upon the records you find in Z39, because if all you have to do is add page numbers and something else, it's not a big deal if all the major parts are there. So if you find a record that's really good, then you can insert the pages or look for another record that has all the pages. I know in Koha, pages are required. It's kind of important. So I think when Kelly does the next workshop, we'll all learn a lot. But there are records out there that have page numbers in them, or you can insert them. Yeah.
Yep. Allison, I see your hand next. Oh, and then you are muted.
Sorry about that.
You're good. We can hear you now.
Okay. I guess when they're picture books though, and the pages themselves aren't numbered, I usually go for the 1 volume unpaged, or even if it's not listed at all, I would put that in because I'm following the numbers, the page numbers in the book in hand. So
Yep,
that's the way I was
exactly.
doing it.
Yeah, a reminder of for that 300 field, subfield A, we want specifically what is printed on the book. And yeah, if nothing is printed, 1 volume unpaged is a great way to record that aspect of the book. Do people have other successes or anything that you caught at VLA that you're thinking about? Nope. We're oh, Carrie, yeah.
Hi. I know this is kind of a conundrum that I can't remember what to do about. And I know we talked about, we went over the leader field, which was I think it's the 000 field, at our training that we had in April. And I understand that is all what you call, I guess, gobbledygook, that the machine.
Not an official term.
Right, that I know, that the computer uses to read the record. Is this something, I always look at it now that we talked about it in April, but is it something that I don't change anything in it? Is it something that we need to amend or adjust, or I'm not quite sure. I don't remember what we had talked about, what to do about it if we found something in there that looked questionable, or is this
Yeah.
right? Or my tendency is just to leave it alone and not mess with it. But I would like your thought. Yeah, your
Yeah.
thoughts would be great. Thank you.
Yeah. So I would say that it definitely depends on the route you've taken to get to that record. If it is like a record from Z3950 and there are a lot of 040 subfield Ds, meaning there's been a lot of libraries who have looked at the record and edited it, you probably don't need to spend any time looking at that leader field. Um, if it's a record that maybe has one, you may or may not, depending on how complete it is. I kind of go on, if everything else looks really good, I'm probably not going to double check every position of that leader field if everything else is accurate and well filled out. But if you are doing either like a stub record or a fast record or any kind of template, the ILS in most cases will fill that out with whatever kind of template you've chosen. I know that in some ILS you can choose like, okay, this is going to be a new physical book versus like a new audiobook or, a different type of record. And in that case, it may autofill some stuff, but you would need to fill in like the publication date. So it really depends on how you are getting to that actual record. And I would say if you're copy cataloging and there's a lot of good, well filled out, accurate data in the record, you probably don't need to check that leader field.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I don't know how to unraise my hand. Do I click on
That
it
is
again? Oh,
fine.
lower
Well,
your
I just
hand. There we
raised
go.
mine.
Got it.
Well, okay,
Okay.
Allison, you're next.
Thanks. I just wanted to share based on a question I asked last roundtable. I was asking about the 920s, the collective biography, and different ways of cataloging those.
Yeah.
And people gave me ideas, and I went with I recataloged our 920s. There were only about 2 shelves worth into the subject areas for those people. Yeah, and that worked well. So I just wanted to
Awesome.
give an update on that. And also recently, I have been thinking about shifting our 200 section to the alternate Dewey numbering for it, and I did that. It was like one shelving unit, so it wasn't overwhelming, and I used the full crosswalk that gives you the old Dewey number and the new one, and it was pretty easy. So it was something I'd wanted to do for a while, and I did it.
That's awesome. That's really, really good to hear. Would you mind sending me the crosswalk that you used? Is it on OCLC's website or was it somewhere else?
I don't remember where I got it. I can send it to you, and I'll
Okay.
figure out where I got it
Yeah,
from.
I would love to see it because that would be super, uh, I think, helpful as a resource to other people who are interested in doing that process. And that's
Yeah,
nice that it wasn't such an overwhelming collection that you were able to do that. That's fantastic.
yeah, thanks.
Yeah, thank you. Awesome. I'm definitely recording that in the successes section for today, and to hear that, yeah, your 920s are now being housed in the location of the subject of the book. That's great. Hopefully you will see some circulation with that. Do people have other questions, comments, concerns? I don't think I have a ton of updates other than, yeah, look for the advanced cataloging class I'll try to post it in a couple of places. The best place to check will probably always be the CE calendar on the Department of Libraries website, which let me see if there's a link to that on the agenda. Yes, there is under notes. So, yes, Caitlin, you have your hand.
I'm just wondering, I missed the beginning part about the advanced class. Will that be like one class, or will it be similar to the core courses where it's like meeting a couple of times?
Yeah, this will be a one-off session, probably about 2 hours, just so that we can fit more content in. But yeah, time and date has not been picked yet. But I don't know if just from the small sampling we have here, would morning or afternoon be preferred?
For me, it depends on the day.
Right, okay. Yeah, probably a Tuesday or a Wednesday because that's when I'm most free. Yeah, okay, depending on the day. Yeah, it's always a question of when works best for people, but that will be a course that will be recorded and it'll go up on Niche Academy with the general VT lib. Awesome. So people will be able to just have access to it because it's not going to be the required one. So people can take it retroactively. Great. I love hearing the feedback. Mornings for Tuesday and Wednesday, just one example, either would be okay. Good to hear. Yeah. Jill, you have your hand?
So I had to walk out of the room and came back in on the tail end of that 920. What is suggested for the 920 section? Or how else does someone catalog it?
Yeah.
Or shelve it?
Allison had brought, and Allison, I don't know if you want to jump in. But
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
okay. Previously, I think at the last roundtable, Allison had posed the question about what to do with the 920s, representing the biographies of multiple people, and at their library, trying out housing the books based on subject. So if it's a group biography on, a baseball team, whatever, putting it with the subject of the book as opposed to having it in the biographies or that 920 section.
Ooh, okay. Great. Thanks.
Yeah. Well, as always, if people have questions that they don't want to share now, you know where to find my email, lauren.kelly@vermont.gov. I will post the recording and our updated agenda on the cataloging section of the Vermont Department of Libraries website. Yeah, look for that class upcoming this summer. And in the meantime, if you have questions, comments, concerns, please send them my way. I'm very glad that everyone joined today for this short meeting. If I don't see you between now and the next roundtable in August, hope you stay well and let me know what's going on at your library. I'm going to stop the recording now.